And now, coming live from L News, it's Charlie Zinger.
Good evening, guys, and tonight we are here with a very interesting character, but inspirational story. The main character from the Soft-Hearted Sioux. Welcome. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
All right. I had to come down and visit her. She is actually only been here for 4 days. She is actually in jail for a murder that was committed, but you now know your fate and surprisingly you're okay with it. I read your story and was very inspired and had a few questions for you and figured that a bunch of people would have some of the same ones. I know that you decided to leave your tribe, which was a very, very different thing for somebody to do, and go and learn Christianity and kind of try the white man's way of life. How were your parents with that? Like, what did they think? Were they proud of you? Were they okay with it?
I think it was torn between that they didn't want me to go, but I felt like I could learn something, bring something back, and do great things with it. I know my parents loved me, but I'm not sure how proud they were. I think they looked for different characteristics in that. Mm-hmm. My father was a great warrior. I think the tribe respected him and were proud of him. So I'm not sure if I lived up to
their expectations.
Exactly.
So you did the Christianity thing and the white man's way of life. Why did you return to the tribe?
I returned when I heard that my father was sick, was ill from a friend of the tribe. Mm-hmm. So I immediately came home. I felt like I also at that point it was a great time to spread my Christianity and come home with that.
Mm-hmm. So when you came home, I know the medicine man from your tribe was very negative towards the whole idea of you returning, and quoting from your story, what loyal son is he who returning to his father's people wears a foreigner's clothes? Like, what exactly, when you came back and he was completely against that, what were your feelings, I guess, towards him?
And it was surprising that I was all of a sudden a foreigner in a place that I had felt was home. I think that was hard for me. I also felt like we didn't get along because we had different beliefs, and that was hard because we didn't see eye to eye on things. It meant that we couldn't hear each other out on our beliefs. I think that was surprising and hard.
And when you did come back and the whole medicine man situation happened, you actually still tried to spread Christianity. What made you decide to do that?
I think I had been in both worlds, and I felt that I had heard both sides. And when I found Christianity, I found it to be uplifting. I found great things in it. I wanted to bring that back to the people that I loved.
And the other thing is the medicine man was very persuasive for the rest of the tribe. Mm-hmm. He actually, in your story, said, with his prayers, let him drive away the enemy. With his soft heart, let him keep off starvation. We shall go elsewhere to dwell upon an untainted ground. So he definitely got the entire tribe to go against you, who they ended up leaving you with your mother and father, didn't? Is that how it ended up happening? Okay.
The tribe then abandoned me, and I think, again, that was the turning point in understanding how different I was and how they didn't believe that I belonged, and that for some reason I was different and unaccepted in that way. And
just you personally, how did you feel when your tribe walked out?
It was really tough. I didn't see it coming. I felt like I was bringing great things, and then they turned it against me almost. They turned it back around just because I was different. I saw the negative, and what I saw was the positive.
And then I know once they had left, you, through your Christianity ways, you didn't kill anymore. You were very against that. But your father was starving, and again in your story you put your mom quoting your mother, my son, do not fail again to bring your father meat. He will starve to death. And then your father even quoted, my son, your soft heart will let me starve before you bring me meat. So then because then that's the reason you're where you're at, is because you ended up going to get meat for your father and then kind of had a problem there to where you are right now.
Exactly, and I feel like that's where I came to the decision of what was right and what was wrong. And it felt like at that point there wasn't any right or wrong. It was, your father's dying, how can I help?
Yeah.
So
And
it's
then-
hard that it goes against one belief, but yet goes with another that doesn't correspond with what's happening. It was very confusing at the time.
And you actually still weren't even in time. Your father had passed away while you were gone, and your mother didn't even stick around with you. She is actually
I took her
back with
to
the
tribe.
tribe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and turned yourself in. Is that correct?
Yes, so my father passed away. I didn't make it in time, and again, that was hard because I didn't feel like he left this world without being proud of me, and I felt that I had let him down, and so I brought my mother back to the tribe and turned myself in.
Very interesting. And in your last page, you can tell you almost come to ease with yourself, almost. From your story, you put, "Yet I wonder, who shall come to welcome me in the realm of strange sight? Will the loving Jesus grant me pardon and give my soul a soothing sleep? Or will my warrior father greet me and receive me as his son? Will my spirit fly upward to a happy heaven, or shall I sink into the bottomless pit, an outcast from a God of infinite love?" I kind of feel like there you're almost just accepting everything that's happening, or what exactly? Explain that part to me.
I think I am accepting of what had happened. At this point, I'm at peace because I feel that tomorrow I will find out the unknown, and I feel like that's what I'm at peace with. I feel like finding out the unknown will connect me to what I should belong to, whether it be Native American or the white.
Well, thank you for coming today, and that is it. Thank you for coming to L News. Good night.